Hey there, team life changers. We've already been giggling and having a good time already, but I'm going to officially start this call. I'm so excited you guys have joined us. We have had some exciting things going on in Team Life Changers. We got back last weekend from a trip to Destin, Florida, and we have a coach that's going to share, a brand new coach who is now Emerald. And this is her first trip and meeting all of the team. And she's going to share a little bit about that. And actually, I would like for Tanya, maybe you can share some too. Tracy's going to share, maybe Tanya, because you're brand new, like brand new, and went. And then we have a couple of gals that went to Super Saturday, and they can share their experiences. And we're just going to have a good time on here tonight. Before we get into that, I just want to share a little bit about what's going on in my business. And I know it sounds like a broken record, but guys, I'm telling you, I am absolutely shocked, stunned, and I am in awe at the way my business is going now. And I posted in our team page, Life Changers, I put like a 6-minute video in there where I went live. All I'm doing now in my business, in all honesty, which I do have an assistant, but all we're doing is the regular challenge groups. I'm doing a back office challenge group, and then I'm doing the challenge group that comes from Epic. Like they're already formatted. Like I'm not looking for crock pot recipes. I'm not looking for how to make things just spectacular. I'm not doing that. I'm finding a cute name, making a pick monkey, and I'm getting my assistant to literally just do the challenge group for me. She sets up the group. Cindy was saying that too. So a little shout out for my sister, who is my assistant. Cindy was like, your sister, I told her, like, I want to do a group, and she had it set up. She had it formulated. She already had the pick monkey, and she already had the whole thing scheduled within 20 minutes. It was just done. So that's a little plug. And I'm not just saying that for my sister. I don't care what kind of assistant you get. If you are strapped for time, get an assistant. You could start, just paying a couple of dollars, whatever it is. I don't know what she charges, whatever, but just to get your groups going. And focus on making yourself adorable on social media. Do something. What I shared today was, if I was driving down the road and saw like 3 women in spandex on the curb, nothing is going to make me say, let me stop and see what they're doing. And I mean that by saying, just because you put a selfie on there and say, oh, I worked out today, everybody's working out today, right? I mean, we see that all over the place of people working out. Now, if I see those ladies, I'm driving around and they have this billboard and says, lost 20 pounds, and there's a before and after, I'm going to be like, what? What in the world? That's going to get my attention. And then if I see them doing something really, really fun, I might have to just drive and turn around and like take a second look and see, like, all right, I saw before and after pictures. Now, what exactly are they doing? And I might go back and forth a few times just to see how much fun they're having, because it's going to perk my interest. But just seeing people in spandex, that doesn't do it for me. Like when I'm driving down the road and I see all these people like sweating and running, that does not make me want to do what they're doing. But when they look cute, when they look fun, when they look like they're having a good time, and I'm seeing that they've gotten results, that makes me want to stop. So all of that to say is, on your social media, you've got to make it look appealing and make yourself look fun. I literally signed a coach last night. I signed a coach, I didn't sign, but have one of my discount coaches who wants to do the business now, all because they say that it looks fun. Like what we're doing is looking fun. I had a pastor's wife from another church contact me and say, all right, I want to do what you're doing because I can see that you're getting results and I need to just jump in, all because she's watching me. Okay, so that's my plug to get on social media. I don't care if you don't post anything else that you do during the day. Make your workout cute, cute, cute. If you work out early in the morning, maybe one day post it early in the morning, and maybe the next day save it and post it for the afternoon, because different people are on Facebook at different times. But people need to see how much fun we're having. And then on that vein, and then I'm going to let the other girls have it. Miriam doesn't know this. But Cindy and I were talking today. She's going to make a trip to Colorado in November, and I'm looking at those dates to come to Colorado in November too. So I'm super excited. I'm going to get on a plane, and if anybody else wants to join me, we've got a bunch of coaches that are already in Colorado. We can get another house. We can work out. We can get PJs. So any of you guys, if you want to fly to Colorado, I looked today and airfare was $200. So, and that's from DC area. So it's probably comparable from, from California or Rhode Island too. You'd probably be flying from Boston. Maybe it would be cheaper, but anyway, just letting you know, Tanya, we could fly together. So if you guys want to go, it would be, we're looking at those dates. Cindy was looking at the 18th, which is on a Saturday, I think. And what I would probably do is come, maybe we could have that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know. We'll do our own super life changer Saturday. I don't know, something. So that's just what is in my mind, cooking in my brain and in my schemes of things, looking at ways for us to get together as a team, because I think that family feel is just awesome. And then the next thing will be Colorado will be this time, and then my next trip will be definitely to California. My husband's actually getting a full-time job in Livermore, but we work from home. So we won't be moving to Livermore, but he'll be taking business trips there. All right, enough about me. I want to open it up. Tracy, brand new Emerald coach, has been a coach for how many weeks now, Tracy? Month?
A couple months.
Okay, a couple months.
Yeah.
So, and Tracy is Melinda's coach. So she's my grandbaby. And I just want you to share just anything you want to about coaching, what would help people watching, or what your experience was in Destin, or anything that you would like to share. I'm going to mute my line and let you go, girl.
Well, hi, I'm Tracy Tomasello, and I'm excited to be on Team Ignite with Melinda. She asked me to come do a challenge, and immediately my vision board had suggested that I be in the health industry. So I rolled with it and signed right on up. Within just a few weeks, I was invited to go to Destin, Florida for a training seminar, which I scored this Q for all of us. I had such a great time meeting these fantastic diamond women who have really opened my vision and my mind to learning new tools to get this out there in the health industry. And I'm excited to be a part of this team. I don't know, what more do you want me to say, Rebecca?
So tell us how you went Emerald. What was your secret sauce with going to be an Emerald? First of all, an Emerald coach means, like, when you advance to an Emerald coach, it means that you've signed 2 coaches, and it has to be one on your left and one on your right. And if you don't understand that, then contact your upline coach, whether it's me or Melinda or whoever's your upline, and we will explain how that works. So how did you become an Emerald coach, Tracy?
So from the very beginning, Melinda let me know, to get my legs moving and get some coaches signed. So I sold the challenge packs to a couple people. They were very excited about it. And I noticed they were taking pictures and doing exactly what we're all doing to get our vision and our word out there. And it was very easy to sign them up. And I actually have 2 more people that I'm meeting this week to sign up as coaches as well. So, just knowing that we are, in this team of life changers, and we're on this fitness journey together, holding each other accountable has been one of the biggest sells for becoming a part of our team. And can you hear me, Rebecca? Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Hello?
I'm muted. I'm like, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, but I'm muted. Yes, we can hear you. Sorry, Tracy. We can hear you.
Okay. That's all I got for you.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Tracy. All right, Tanya, brand new coach. You went to Destin, Florida. You've already been rocking it on your social media. You've been going live. You've been talking to people on through videos. People have been watching your journey. You already have a before and after picture that is like phenomenal, like phenomenal. So, what was it like going to Destin, Florida, or being part of the team? What was it like for you?
So far, it's been overwhelming, but in a good way. I haven't had much success in life with having many friends that are females. And I felt kind of like it was a sisterhood and kind of a family in Destin, and everybody was there to support you and lift you up and encourage you. And it's just been really, really great so far.
Awesome, awesome. Very good. And have you gotten people interested in joining you with? I know that while you were in Destin, you had someone that was interested in joining your challenge. So
I've had probably like 13 people reach out to me, but at this point, it's just getting them, I guess, set up and ready to go. So yeah, that's been my challenge, is getting them connected.
So when you're saying getting them ready to go, what do you mean? Like, are they ready to jump in and do this thing, or are they kind of like asking questions?
They're asking questions. And honestly, I think with most people, if you're not ready, you're not ready. You know, I can't make you ready. I can encourage you and uplift you, but I can't make you do it. And for some people, it's been, finances and things like that. So
Yeah. I'm going to, let me make a note of that too. I'm going to send you a link so that you can see like a sneak peek. What I do is set up a Facebook group, and it's a sneak peek. And I do it two ways. Either I do it as an event, like, hey, we're going to do this sneak peek, and it's going to start on Monday. And then I'll post something on Monday, and then something on Tuesday, Wednesday, I post each day. I can do it, and I do it kind of like as an event. Or I have a group already set up, and it has like 3 posts or maybe 5 maximum, to tell what a challenge pack is and give some before and after pictures, just things. So, and I'll tell them, all right, let you take a look at this sneak peek, and you can look around in there, watch a couple of videos, and then I'll check back with you in a day or so. And that's just a way for them to take time and go do that. And maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to have Teresa go ahead and set something like that up for you with, just something easy. And then you can, and because you're working full time, then you can just say, hey, that'd be awesome. I've already gotten results. I know this works. Let you see this. And then we'll put some testimonies and stuff in there. And then you can touch back with them. And then what happens is a lot of those people will sit. Some of them will sit for over a year, and they watch you on social media.
Like
and
I did with you.
They want to see consistency. And if I would have fallen off and then come back and then fallen off, and you wouldn't have joined me, because you'd be like, that's scatterbrain. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen me consistent for 2 years. It'll be 2 years, like this week maybe. I don't know, is when I finally signed up. It was October. But, so those people, don't get discouraged because they don't jump in right now. Just let them simmer, and you shine, do what you've already been doing on Facebook, and just shine. Make yourself I am happy. I love what I'm doing, because you do. You're getting results. You've loved being connected with the team. You have girlfriends who are for you. Nobody's in competition with you. You know what I'm saying? There's none of that kind of weird stuff. So it's awesome. Good for you, girl. Say 13 people.
I think, I actually started a list so that I could get back in touch with them after maybe a week or so and see where they're at.
Good. All right. We will get that sneak peek up for you to put them in and say, hey, just want you to check this out, and then I'll check with them, say maybe they'll initially talk to me, and then I'll talk a little bit, and then I leave them alone, or, I put them in the sneak peek and then touch back. So I may talk to them 2, maybe 3 times in that initial conversation, and then I back off, and I don't say another thing. And then when my next challenge group comes up, say a month later, I may hit them again and say, hey, just wanted you to know, no pressure, but here's my next challenge group, just in case you're interested. And then if they don't say anything then I leave them alone and maybe have contact like, oh, your baby's cute, or love your shoes, just being a friend, things like that. And just, because I don't want to hound them. So very good, girl. Congratulations. That's good. Get you going. All right. Who wants to go first? Melinda or Miriam? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, go ahead, because you have to hop off soon.
Yeah, I have a sassy teenager that needs some extra attention tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you wanted me to kind of share a few things that happened we had a Super Sunday. For some reason, Denver seems to dip into Sundays. So, but it's kind of cool because we end up getting some pretty cool speakers and trainers that actually like come work with us. So it's really fun. So we had Joel Freeman do our workout, and then there were two speakers. One, she spoke at Summit, Raina Odell, and she's elite, and I think she's high up there. Anyways, I loved her story. She has ulcerative colitis and went through all this stuff, and so I could relate with just life stuff. So I loved hearing some of the things she shared. And then Trina Ray, I think her name, Trina Ray or Trina Fay, I'll find out. She spoke as well, and she was higher up. I loved what they shared. And what's interesting is there was kind of a little theme that I heard, and I don't know if it's the same across the board when they speak at Super Saturdays, if they're asked to speak on a certain subject. I don't know, but both of them did something very interesting. It spoke to me. It's basically know who you are. So you can follow other people, but hold on, I liked how she said it. Admire other coaches, but don't live someone else's life. So when you post, have it be you, So she said, write down 5 things that explain you. So then you have something to kind of work with what your coaching experience is going to be for you. So like, I didn't write those 5 things down, but I didn't have 5 to work with in my brain at the moment. But I know, cooking or stay-at-home mom, or, I have special needs kids, whatever. 5 things that explain you, and then work your post and your experience around you. So, I don't really wear bright lipstick, but like, I don't know if I would put bright lipstick on at 5:30 in the morning when I'm working out. Not sure, but on a sassy time, it might be something where I can kind of throw it in every so often because I don't do it normally. And, because I can be a little sassy sometimes, and people know that about me too. So, so it says, she said, there were some issues that she had with people kind of following her, and why are you doing that? And why are you posting your before picture, your after picture in your, bikini, or, people always have judgment, right? And I love that she says, I don't care if someone's going to pick me because I pick me. So be yourself. And I just love that. I don't know. I just want it to be me. I think we need to just have our own flavor, right? That's what draws people to you. That's okay.
And Lydia, too. The 3 of us were like, you had your lips out.
Yeah. With my eyelashes, which I bought some, by the way. I'm waiting for my adhesive. That will be going on Facebook for sure. So see yourself as who you want to be, right? Visualize that. See yourself with who you want to be and make that happen. Have your post be that. Like, what do you want to be? How do you want your business to look? Who do you want to attract? And so that was cool. And then again, the common theme, I think, in every National Wake Up Call, in so many different things that I see. It's why not me? Why not me? But let that be you, not you being somebody else, right? She even said, find personal development that applies to you. So we may have a list that Melanie Mitro may have shared, even some that Jatana may have shared, or Rebecca or Melinda, and you guys all have personal development, but then there may be some wording that is not quite something that may apply to you specifically. And she mentioned a couple books. I didn't look it up yet. But some of the books she mentioned, I had never heard of. So I was like, it's nice to have a variety. We can say, read Eat That Frog and, all these different books. But she mentioned The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Okay. Well, she's like, I love that book. It worked for her. She loved anything and everything of John Maxwell and Darren Hardy. There's another book, or she mentioned one of the books that we've talked about that she didn't, I think you mentioned it before. It had a bad word in it, I think, or like the A word or something. I don't know. Anyways. And she says, I didn't like some of her language in there, but then she liked the book called Get Over Your Damn Self. So, and she kind of picked some different pieces from it. So I like that make your personal development be you, be what applies to you, and how you can apply it to yourself. So I've never really heard that. It's just kind of like, here's some books, and I struggle with focusing with reading. So I like having the different suggestions, because it opens up my world a little bit more for how my brain functions. So the other thing,
and on that personal development note, while we're on that, even if you're not at a place where you can sit down and read a book, because a lot of us are busy or we work full time or whatever, I subscribe to Darren Hardy's Daily, and it's just like 3 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes max.
Is that an email?
It's an email that I get. Yep. John Maxwell has that. It's like Maxwell Minutes or something like that too. And I would also say, because we are females, and like sadness, depression, worry, anxiety, those things can be real. I love listening, while I'm getting ready, listening to a good sermon just to get me out of that funk, because personal development alone, it's kind of like wind in the sails, but, listening to a good sermon, just like, I don't know, it frees you emotionally. And then then you can be all you can be, with Darren Hardy or John Maxwell or whatever. But sometimes, for those that don't have that time to sit and read a book, just getting that minute, those 5 minutes, and just listening to a positive, encouraging word, is good too. So just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, that's great. And she even mentioned to include personal development in your challenge groups. Just little bits, something. So she, and she's super busy, and she said she probably this is her full-time job other than being mom, right? Mom and wife. She says she probably spends like 5 hours a day, but it's very structured time. And so she'll even have like a book club challenge group, just something where you incorporate reading some kind of personal development along with in your challenge group. So I liked those different ideas. Another thing that I thought was interesting is she said you should not just be scrolling on Facebook, that you need to clean up your news feed. And so she mentioned one of her coaches told her, which one's that? Ah, yes. And I have this, edibles for the fruit. That's all I got for personal development. I don't read right now. Okay. Clean up your newsfeed. She mentioned that one of her coaches came to her and said, "Oh, did you see who did that this person did that? She's like, no, and you shouldn't be knowing that either, because she was doing mindless scrolling on Facebook. So she says, clean up your news feed, have it only be like your coaches or your team that you see on your news feed, so that you guys that we all stay connected that way. But if you're just, and then being on purpose about who you're going to go and look at their page so that you know how to connect with them personally. So that's huge, I think, cleaning up your news feed. Because I have even some personal development stuff, it gets distracting and there's so much stuff. And so I'm going to be doing that. Let's see. So just so it's not mindless, but be productive with it. And let's see. There was also a lot talked about regarding theming up your challenge group. Make a theme, and I think they even had that in the video that with the three goofy guys, being, sharing announcements and stuff. Theme up your challenge groups between now and January. Think about what your strategy is going to be for your groups, a strategy plan. Plan out your strategy from now to January. Having those themes. If you do free groups, one of the gals that talked, she said that she doesn't do free groups because those people just wait for free groups and never join her regular groups. So she just figures, I'm just going to open this up to my challenge group, and eventually they'll come in. And so, yeah. And then the last thing, make a list of people who have been in your challenge groups before to join in to your current challenge groups. And then when they do recommit, because the holidays are coming up, people are going to want to get healthy again, recognize them on Facebook. And so like they're recommitting to, getting healthy and things like that. And so I like that. Just, inviting old challengers to kind of come back in, and recognize them on Facebook and like be all like put that hype up, for them. So that's what I have.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. And I don't know, some of you guys have seen it, maybe some of you haven't. Because it's just a way for other people to see, yeah, people really are joining Rebecca's group is going on. You can go on Photify, you can do it on PicMonkey too. It's just so easy on Photify though. It will do up to, it's either 16 or 20, and you can do squares and just put everybody's faces. And I actually want to do that for our next level challenge group because we have a lot of challengers in there, even if it's multiple ones. Just to show this is all the people that are doing our challenge group right now, so that makes people want to join, just, that way. And then you were talking about your theme for October. My theme is fall in love with you challenge group, and letting people realize, before, and that's what, those are my seeds. Tracy, you sent that, what was that called? That vision wheel thing today. What was that called?
Oh, I sent it to you, the vision board, how to make it.
Not the vision, yeah, but then there was that one with the wheel, and I've seen that done before. Like if the center thing is love, like
the vortex.
Yeah, the vortex. Yeah. So whatever your thing is, and then you can put your posts all centered around this one thing. So my theme for October is going to be love yourself. So I'm going to post a picture of me loving myself, or other people, and just hit it at all these different angles. And then when it's time to really advertise, like, we are getting in this group, fall in love with yourself, so that people are primed and said, yo, you know what? I don't love myself. I'm pouring out to my kids, my husband, everybody else, and I'm always on the back burner. So I just thought, fall in love with you would be good. And then for people to get, and then another angle is because we go into the holidays ready to pour out to everybody and we're already on empty. We need to fill ourselves up now so that we have something to give in the holidays. You know, so that's just an example of having a theme. We've done like what Miriam said too, and I'm only saying this for people that are watching. A lot of you guys have already known this, but other people that will jump on and watch this. Like we've done Made to Crave, Melinda's done Miracle Morning. A lot of people have done different personal development books inside their challenge groups, and it works wonderfully. So I love that idea too. So very, very good. Oh, and the other thing with the free group, the one good, I totally agree, like 1,000% about that with the free groups, and people will just jump in and get a free ride and then you never hear anything from them. What I like to do for free groups, a couple of different things. Number one, if I'm doing something, like if I'm doing a lot of ministry, I like to do my ministry in a whole separate thing and not do it with clean eating. You know, like if I'm whatever, and then people gain that trust, you know, whatever there. But the one good thing that's coming out with this gal with the clean week is that the purpose is to get them actually trying Shakeology for the 7 days. So that is the one perk with doing the official Beachbody clean week rather than our own 7-day cleanse or stay away from this, that, and the other, you know, because they don't purchase anything. So anything else you want to add, or is that cover it? Miriam, you good?
That was it. Yep. It was awesome. It was, I got they put golden tickets taped underneath your seat, and I happen to have, I came in late and like 20 minutes late. Oh my gosh. And then I was such a dork. You saw my picture, right? With like Joel Freeman in the back. I'm like taking a picture. And I like give him a sideways hug, you know, hey Joel, you know. Such a dork. And so
Hercules. That's so funny.
And he acts like he knows me. It's awesome. I should have told him, hey, I'm on Jatana's team. But then that golden ticket, you know, we have to move all these chairs before we do our workout. And then they say, okay, well, you know, kind of your reward after putting all these chairs away, look under your chair and see if you've got golden ticket. They have like 40 of them in like hundreds of chairs. And then I had one right under my chair, and I was like over on the side, like in the back, you know, and they put one there, and I had it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was a picture with Joel, you know, and I'm such a dork, whatever. It's whatever. It is what it is.
You got another one when you were here in DC too, right? So you could put them side by side, right?
Yes, I have that one. Yeah, and I put that in my little advertisement for me doing Super Saturday. And then the team call, and then I worked out with him live. I'm a groupie. I think I'm a fan.
Yeah, Rob's jealous. He's totally jealous. Don't let Rob hear.
Oh, and then they couldn't do it when we were all nice and fresh. It had to be totally sweaty. Like it was nasty.
So funny.
Throw me under the bus. I typed that so it wouldn't be on the recording, Rebecca.
Oh, it's funny.
Hilarious. All right, Melinda, tell us about Super Saturday.
All right. No, I'm serious about Miriam being a model on the beach. You should have seen the beautiful pictures that we got of her, man. I was jealous. She kept having me go first, and then she'd come out with all these beautiful poses. I'm like, hey, why didn't you tell me to do that? She was awesome.
We did the video technique. It was awesome. Yeah.
It was fabulous. Oh my gosh.
We need to see those. We need to see those.
Didn't do that.
They're being like slowly released, right? We can't put them all at once, right? Yeah, we're learning.
It can be taught. It only takes a couple of knocks upside the head to get me to get it. But no, the video technique is fabulous. Oh my gosh. I'm so loving that. One of these days, maybe we'll get the cute little pictures on the video in the iMovie. We'll get there. But anyway, so I went to a new Super Saturday, one I haven't been to before. So I don't know if you guys know about the Bay Area here, but we have lots of little pockets of I don't know how it is for you guys in your states and stuff. We have lots of little pockets in the Bay Area, and we can't seem to unify. And I don't haven't figured out why yet. Maybe it's because people commute Monday through Friday and they don't want to commute on Saturdays. I don't know. But I've been up to Sacramento, and I went to our one at Livermore a couple times, and so I checked out San Jose. So this one was pretty cool. Not super, super big names, but, you know, some superstar diamonds, 3-star and 2-star and things like that. But it was pretty cool. So Sarah Freed was the first one that talked at ours, and she talked about master mentoring challengers. So I thought she did a really good job of presenting. So for the newer coaches, she did a really good job, in my opinion, of presenting kind of how a challenge group goes to really get the maximum results for your challenger. So she said she starts tracking everything from the time they purchase their challenge pack. She pretty much demands and highly, highly suggests, recommends, but requires them to send before pictures and their measurements and their weight. She goes over with them their goals. She tells them to notify her when their kit arrives so that she can, you know, go over everything with them and things like that. She also sets up expectations. And then week 1, she checks in privately with all of her challengers. And she really stressed to meet them where they're at, to really focus on what their goals are and what they're trying to get towards, like what their goals are. So don't make our goals their goals. And then she also, piggybacking on what Miriam said, she introduces manageable personal development. She goes, by manageable, she doesn't always mean a book. Sometimes she means like a 10-minute podcast or, you know, something along those lines. So she wants to start introducing manageable personal development. That way, when she puts a coach call out, it's not such a stretch because she gets to say, hey, you've already been doing all of this. It's just, you know, one little step, one little small step to being a coach for building a business. She said that she recommends usually that they get the variety pack, and then just like Rebecca did in our next level challenge, she provides recipes. And so she gives that kind of thing. She sets, shows how to get to BOD, picks the program, helps them pick their program. She was big on setting the expectations and expecting them to check in, and knowing that it's a lifestyle of consistency. We talked a little bit about being a leader and stuff like that. But let's see here. Oh, she talked about being a role model, so that we must, in our challenge groups, we must be participating as if we're a challenger too. And we've talked about this from the coaching level, that our people will only do, I think Rebecca has said like 40%. She said 50% of what we do. So, you know that they're only going to do 40 to 50%, just like your business. If you have downline coaches, they're only going to do 40 to 50% of what you do. Same thing with challengers. They're only going to be doing 40 to 50% of what you do. So know that you need to be consistent and things like that. I thought this was interesting. She does a end of the day post tagging the people that have checked in. Now, I like that because I thrive on the competition of that. And so if I didn't get my name on that, I'd be mad. And I'd be on the next day, I'd make sure my name got on there. So I'd be posting. So that I'm sure works for some personalities, and others, I don't know. So I guess you'd have to, you know, gauge that. Let's see here. She said a couple things, and I was writing super fast, but I wrote down: belief creates a strong culture. Success stories create belief. You're sharing your conviction of the product privately and publicly. Most people don't have an understanding of nutrition, so she talked about making education the key. So kind of like in our next level challenge group, I suggested that Brenda share with someone on her Facebook wall, because the lady said, like, Brenda posted like something about her meal plan or whatever. Oh, that she was meal planning, and so she had her meal plan on a piece of paper, and the person goes, oh, but be careful, you have to get back to eating real food eventually. And I was like, what do you mean by real food? What you talking about, girl? And so I just posted on there, I'm like, what do you mean by real food? And she goes, I mean like tacos. And I'm like, okay. So I thought it was so funny that Anne in our next level challenge group posted tacos. So I was like, share that recipe with that gal, because we eat tacos, we eat spaghetti, we eat lasagna, we eat, I mean, what else do you guys eat? Tons of stuff. So I think the education part of the challenge groups is important, because I think people think along the lines of diet because that's all they know. And so they don't realize, and that's a big thing with me. I have an Instagram called Fit Food for Fun 21. And I want to start getting that more, because recipes, it's pictures of meals that are good, you know, and that's a big thing with me, because boring food, I won't stick with it. She said you have to really work on your self-care, and you have to share your self-care and connect. And this is a big one for me. She said, don't overcomplicate it. So I should have probably highlighted that one for myself. And then our second speaker that day was Sammy Glonick. And she, interesting enough, she was a dental applicant for dental school, and she got denied 3 times as she was starting this. She was already doing Beachbody, and she got denied from dental school 3 times. She's still going on to get her master's. Each time she got denied, I guess she continued her education, so she's currently finishing her master's. But she's decided she doesn't want to be a dentist. She just wants to pursue this because it's better for her. So I thought that was interesting. I made another dental connection, and I met another dental hygienist. So it's interesting. I don't think I've been to a meeting yet that I haven't met another dental person. So I'm finding that very interesting. So she said that, I don't know why I wrote this. I wrote, a struggle you can control. I don't know why I wrote that. But she said, and something we've talked about on our team calls, and Rebecca drums into us, especially me, consistency equals growth. And that's on Instagram as well as Facebook, whatever social platform you're using. Consistency equals growth. I'm learning. And she said, it doesn't matter if you have 0 followers or 100,000 followers, you do the same thing. She said in Instagram, you need a short intro and bio and what to expect. So when people look at your little profile, if they click on that, they need to know what to expect from your page. So remember, this is about Instagram, not Facebook. So this is focused on on Instagram. And then she said the theme was also you are unique. So both speakers spoke on the fact that you need to own who you are, accept it and put it out there, be willing to put it out there. So they really focused on just putting your true self out there and, you know, not being someone else too. She said we all have the same 24 hours, and the first thing that goes by the wayside when hard stuff happens in life is your fitness. And so she said she went on like a 10-day cruise, so she paid an assistant. She paid her roommate to post for her so she didn't disappear those 10 days. That's something I've never thought of, like to get somebody to post for me. And it's so funny because my daughter does that for their Snapchat streaks. It's big with the teenagers, the Snapchat. So they're like, I can't lose my streaks. So if they go on vacation and aren't going to have Wi-Fi, they will have their friends log in for them and keep their streaks. It's the craziest thing ever. I've asked my daughter, I'm like, why? Then it's not you. It's not your streak. And, you know, but then this girl said she didn't want to disappear from Instagram, so she paid her roommate. She gave her the posts, she gave her the pictures, she gave her the verbiage, and she said, post these every day. I thought that was very interesting to think about. She said vulnerability builds your cold market, and I guess you could apply this to Facebook as well. She said they don't know you until you tell them. So even I think some of our friends on Facebook that we think know us may not know us. They may not know things unless we've shared it. So we need to share it. She also said an interesting thing that I thought was interesting is that your prospects are probably following 1 to 5 other coaches. So you need to stand out as you to attract your tribe. And I thought that was interesting because I thought, how many coaches am I following? You know, so that's interesting. And I thought, I never actually thought about that before. She said, when you're posting, think about as if you're posting to your spouse or your best friend. Why do you trust them? So when you're posting, you want to tell things about yourself that would make your friend trust you, that would make your spouse trust you. So and I thought that was an interesting way of, as we're connecting and building relationships on our social media, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to trust us as if they're our best friend. So what would you share with your best friend that would make you vulnerable so that your best friend would share with you, if that makes sense? I don't know, reversing that. She had talked about jab, jab, right hook. So she suggested, if you haven't read that book, to read it, because you don't want to constantly be right hooking, right hooking, right hooking, right hooking, because it gets annoying and that's too salesy. She's talked about showcasing talents, which I've always had a hard time with this. What are you good at? She said,
can I interrupt you just 1 second, Melinda, and explain what that means? Jab, jab, right hook.
Oh,
Explain what that means.
So, jab, jab, right hook is, see, I haven't finished the book. That was a hard read for me. So I need to go back and revisit that book. But basically, you're dropping little hints about what's going to come, what's going to come. So you don't just say, my challenge group, my challenge group, my challenge group, my challenge group. You might talk about eating healthy, and you might talk about getting fit, and you might talk about a support group. You might talk about getting together and having fun with ladies, and you know, supporting each other and things like that. Little things that are in the challenge group, you would drop little posts about, and then your right hook is your call to action of saying, are you ready? You know, I'm looking for 5 ladies to mentor in a challenge group in October to love yourself, or whatever, however you would word that. It takes me a long time to come up with my verbiage, so that's tough on the fly for me. But you want to be breadcrumbing or dropping little bits. It's kind of like Hansel and Gretel, you know, except not with the ending of Hansel and Gretel, I guess, but leading them to the big gingerbread house, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's what that is. Did I explain that okay? Okay. So she said that you need to talk about something you do every day. And I've been told this before, and I haven't figured out how to incorporate it, because the other hygienist said the same thing. We don't know how to make cleaning teeth, what we do, what we find interesting to the public. I don't know. So I'm still working on that, but she just talked about making the everyday things that you do interesting. I think Jatana is obviously fabulous at that. I mean, just taking down her shake from her refrigerator, she makes it look fun. I'm like, really? So anyway, just making those things. Oh, she suggested that you need to show progression. So she suggested that you should have a transformation of some kind every 12 photos. So every 12 photos on Instagram, you should be popping in a transformation, whether it be physical. Sorry, I talk with my hands. Physical, spiritual, mental, whatever transformation you've gone through, you should be posting about that. And it can be other people too. Your cold market needs to be shown these things, because they're cold market. She started her business, and her sister was already a coach. So she said basically her warm market was decimated because her sister, all her 2 best friends even, were coaches under her sister. So she started with her cold market and has built her business off of Instagram in a cold market. She said, stop waiting for the perfect engagement time. The more you show up, the more people learn to trust you, and they will actually start looking for you at the times you post. So that consistency thing. She said, don't look for the right time, be the right time. I thought that was interesting. Story it up. She said, consider Instagram your daily journal, which is, she's talking about, that was Instagram stories. So that's your daily journal. Especially if you're not wanting to post 10 times a day. And then she mentioned this. I forgot she mentioned this. Be weird, be funny, and be serious. Be holistic, be healthy, be unhealthy. So be real. This is your Instagram story is a great place to talk vulnerability. So this is one that I haven't gotten used to. Is, I guess on Instagram stories there needs to be more talking, more video, and I don't do that. I just do the pictures. So I got to work on that. And you have to think about, what would you want to watch? So what do you go watch? And application is tagging. She said, and I thought this was interesting, she hashtags brands, like brands of clothing, brands of magazines, brands of different things like that. because she said the hashtags that you're using, most likely other fitness people are using and coaches are using, not people looking for you. So I thought that was interesting because I think most of my things are bringing on other fitness people. So that's not good. Engaging posts with stories and questions. So asking questions and asking for engagement. I haven't got anybody to really engage with me on Instagram yet, so I'll have to work on that. And she said, think shorter. So when she was talking about if you're sending people from Instagram to your Facebook group, if you're trying to get them on Facebook to connect with you to go onto your challenge group, they don't want to have to go to tons of different places. She talked about having a goldfish attention span. So they don't want to have to go to 15 different places to find or answer emails and that's what I found. I found that a lot of people want it short and simple. They don't want to correspond back and forth, and I lose people if I ask too many questions or make them try to give me too much information, like in little bits. So that's a different one. That's it. Oh, she talked about, like, in the UK, she talked about looking up restaurants, looking up coffee shops, looking up that, and looking up those hashtags and find out who's hanging out at those places, and then stalk their Instagram. So I thought that was interesting as we're launching into the UK, and I haven't figured out how to do that effectively, but she talked about look for names of places in the UK and the hashtag that, and look that up, that hashtag, which I am kind of excited about the Epic call tomorrow because I want to learn how to search people on hashtags because I don't really know how to do that. But that's basically all the stuff on. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. That's very, very, very helpful. I love it. Yeah, so tomorrow night on Epic, that's what Jatana's going to go over is Instagram and hashtags, how to find people, how, to attract people through hashtags that way. So I will put that link in Life Changers. It is tomorrow night, 9 o'clock East Coast time. Something else I wanted to show. Oh, another thing too with UK, that's been on my mind for like all day today is I'm actually going to contact Robbie and either he or find another coach that can talk with us with Life Changers and maybe even on our team call next week about how to break into the UK. Because honestly, once you get a couple of rock stars from UK, I mean, it's never been there before. And you get a couple of people that are just eager, bam. I mean, it's just going to explode. So we need to get educated on how to break into that market in UK. Real quickly, I want to show you guys my screen. Here's Instagram. And this is a girl, kind of like what you were saying. It jogged my memory, Melinda, when you were talking about showing your transformations, your before and afters. So this girl, I just think is cute as a button. I don't even know how I found her, but I did. But when I saw her before and after picture, let me load more. She posts a lot of her own. So here's one of her own, her before and after picture, which is amazing. And you scroll down and you see more of her, like, wow, she looks fit. Here's another one of, her before and after picture there. Every time I put it, it gets dark. And then you scroll down and you see more and more of her, like she just looks fit. She looks fit. And then there she is again, her before and after picture. So she really focuses on, this is my journey. This is what I've done. I don't know if I've ever even seen anybody else's before and after, because it's like, why do you need anybody else's when you look like, you know what I mean? Like she has it together, so, and she just shows them in same before, but another cute outfit. Somebody else is Chelsea Pearson. She's another one that just shows her before and afters. She might show some other ones. Let me find. Every time I go here, it's kind of slow. Let's see. Where's her before? Oh, here's one. This is her before and after right here. So as soon as I see her before and after, she has my attention like immediately. And then when I see her Instagram, like I don't see anything boring on here. It's bright, it's colorful, it's her with dogs and her with whatever. So, you know, it's just showcasing her. Now, I'm looking at mine. Not that you can't, I'm not at that level, but I'm trying. Oh, that's my other one, not my Inspire. Where's my other one? Where's me? Oh, I don't, yeah, this one. So ever since Destin, I've been doing more of just me, and I've gained almost 100 brand new followers, and I haven't looked for any. So it's just been kind of bright, colorful, you know, that way. And let me show you the way that I used to post, and like I would never get anybody. All right, so here's it's just like, you know what I mean? Like they're just, but there's Miriam. She has an amazing before and after. But it was just like, there's Melinda. I showcase you girls. There's Tanya and Lydia. You know, but like it's not really, it's just kind of, there's nothing that's going to make anybody kind of like look at this. It's just kind of, especially once you get way down here. Like there's the kids when they were young and little, and you know what I mean? There's just nothing, there's nothing bright and colorful, like especially down here. It's just hodgepodge kind of stuff, right? It's just like, eh. But as soon as we went to Destin and I started using filters and then I started using hashtags, I've gotten almost over 100 followers since then. So this is right when I started. So right here, because this is my Destin trip. So this, and it's just more focused, filters, me, you know, and it's weird to post that way. It feels weird. It feels narcissistic. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of like give you an idea. You really need to make yourself into this superstar and display yourself, because we've got to break out of the people that already know us, get out of our small towns, get out of that little fishbowl mentality and throw yourself into the big ocean, because there's a lot more fish to fry. I know, Tanya, you and I are from the same hometown. We know the way people roll in our hometown. You know, they're judgmental, they're like spying, they'll gossip behind your back. It's just a small town mentality. And maybe it's that way everywhere. But as soon as you get out there, then they start watching you like, wow, that Rebecca, that Tanya really is doing something. You know, and you get 13 people that's like, hey, what are you doing? I want to, you know. And so at some point, they're going to be your challengers. So just don't be afraid to be bold. Don't be afraid.
And I've heard it said, I mean, basically, Instagram is more like a magazine.
That's good.
So you got to think of when you're flipping through a magazine, like you're sitting in the dental office or the medical office and you're flipping through, what makes you stop? What makes you stop flipping, stop scrolling? And what becomes important about what is said, will you go then and read the article of what's said, depending on the picture. So I've heard it likened to that. So it needs to be bright and eye-catching and consistent. So I've been kind of stalking some people that have actually liked my page, which is weird. And I go and I look at their page, and if you pull up somebody's page, some people set their page up so that if you pull up the 9 pictures that are there, all of these ones will be quotes. All of these ones will be of them, and then all of these ones will be of something else. So that means every 3rd picture, it's the same. So they have this consistency going. So that's interesting, because then people learn to look for that. Plus, when they see that in those 9 pictures, those are the snapshots. So you need to know when somebody pulls up your Instagram profile, they're going to see 9 pictures. So what do your last 9 pictures look like? So there's going to be that. And then some people have recommended, like Nikki Goss's call, she recommended coloring and theming your Facebook. So if you like the color pink, like you were saying, you get tons of followers or tons of likes or comments when you wear bright pink. So then your page is probably going to reflect lots of bright pinks and those golds or whatever. So she said, you know, to do whatever colors appeal to you. And so your clothing matches that, your backgrounds match that, your filters match that, and that sort of thing. And that's going to be eye-catching and make somebody stop and look through your page, because it's consistently the same colors. It looks brighter, it looks better. So those are another couple tips I remember.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea. And it's interesting too, because I can see whenever I'm in a bright color, especially pink. For whatever reason, if I'm in pink, neon or something, people will stop. Today I was in bright purplish pinkish with bright lipstick, whatever, and I was just looking on my page just from that short, and it was Instagram. So that's another thing too, is that you can take your Instagram videos. There's a another app, but it's so easy because if you go to iMovie, it always squashes it down. You can't get like the Instagram, it won't fit in there. But if you go, the app is called Videorama. It's very easy to use. It's very simple. And you get a choice at the bottom whether you want a landscape, a square, or a portrait. And I will put my Instagram videos in the portrait. And literally, because when you do Instagram, like the music, because I put the music in the background, like we learned in Destin, I put the music in the background, and it's just quick, short 15 seconds, and it can be at the same pace. You don't have to speed it up because Facebook will like put you in Facebook jail if you use too long of, music. This, I mean, if you're using Instagram, it's going to chop it every 15 seconds anyway. And then I'll just do a quick video. So you can look at my page, what I posted today, and there's already 350 views, and I posted it this afternoon. That's a lot of views for me. That's a lot of views for me. So it might even hit 700-800 before it's all done, like within the next few days. So that's, bright colors, something interesting that they've not seen before. So, well, girls, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you. Lydia, do you have anything to add? What do you want to add? What can you add? You're like, no? Everybody's spoken but you, girl.
I got one question.
Yeah, Tracy.
I asked. I got a couple people that are Kathy Smith's project. Do you know what that is? No. Okay. All right. They're on my customer list, and I don't even know who they are.
That's good. That's good.
It's like for people, how do I contact them? I sent them emails, but I haven't got a response.
Those are your free leads from getting Success Club.
Mm-hmm.
When you get Success Club and you're an Emerald Coach at SC5, they start sending you free leads. And so these are people that have ordered on Team Beachbody or Beachbody. They've been assigned to you as their coach. Miriam's not on, but she texts them. And she's gotten better results texting them. So I haven't gotten anybody to respond to an email yet, and I haven't gotten around to getting time to go on and text my people once I learned that. But Miriam has texted people and gotten a few results like that.
Yeah, I would go the route of Facebook so that they can check you out. Right. If you can look and find where they are and then find their city and state, chances are they're going to match up, and you just send them a message and friend request and say, hey, I don't want to be creepy. So I would do the email and then find them on Facebook if you can. And I've gotten a few of them to actually join my challenge group, that way. And then you can send them the challenge group or the sneak peek or whatever.
Was it Marissa?
Yes, absolutely.
Marissa, free lead, your coach, Marissa?
Marissa was a coach, and she reached out to me. Mm-hmm. Once you hit Diamond and hit Success Club, every now and then they'll give you a coach, like a real coach. So
if someone signs up as a coach but doesn't have anybody directly linked, if you're Diamond and you've reached Success Club, they'll send you that. Just so you know, Tracy, for when we both reach Diamond.
It doesn't happen that often. It doesn't happen that often, but yeah. So, yeah. But
thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, but I'm telling you guys, make your goal to hit Success Club every single month, because seriously, when those trips come up, we already saw how fun Destin was. I mean, Mexico's coming up, but then the next trip, you guys will be eligible for that the more Success Club points you have. So just go for SC5 every single month, even if you have to find Aunt Hilda, whoever. And then for Tracy and Tanya, your first 3 months, which they give you, your first month is actually 2 months combined. So, but your first 3 months, if you hit Success Club every single month, then you get a free ticket to Summit. And that's awesome too. So
I'm 2 challenge packs away.
Okay. You can do it. You've got time. You've got 4 days.
Yeah. Yep. I could do it.
Yep.
All right.
You can do it. I know you can. I know you can.
It was
So,
nice seeing everybody. Hi,
yeah,
Tanya.
you guys too. Lydia, you don't have anything to add, girly? No, just listening and taking it all in. All right, girls. Thank you for being on. We'll see you tomorrow night on Epic, and I'll put the link in the group. And have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.